Hi everybody, welcome back on Budget Kyodai. Today we'll be doing a thing slightly different from what we do normally. Instead of giving deck profiles or having a fight, today what we're going to do is we're going to give our opinion on why we think certain Jogress cards work in certain colors better than the other. Right, so before we begin, please remember to smash that like button and subscribe and leave a comment. Right, if you find any of our contents interesting. Okay, before we move on, we will touch on 5 different decks today. So we're gonna go on first. We have an Imperial deck, then we have Sylphimon, Shakomon, Ragnalord, and last but not least, Mastermon for today's video. So without further ado, let's go into the video. So first thing we're going to discuss today, the first Jogress would be, well, Imperial Drummond. So I believe that it's better to work in green, reason being because of this card. Just this one and one card alone, a hidden potential. Because basically, its skill is when you play this card, you just rest any of your other Digimon and you can evolve any of your green Digimon to a level 6 by minusing 5 of its evolution cost. This essentially makes Imperial Drummond Digivolution from a green Digimon 0, assuming that you have this card in your hand and another green unit to rest. In fact, actually you can even rest the green level 5 and digivolve straight into Imperial himself. So, but in that case, it would be better for you to go into this SR version instead, because if you rest the level 5, digivolve into him, he will auto restand back himself. So in that case, this is why we see that green is generally a better color for Imperial. However, of course, that being said, this is just solo Imperial. If you plan to incorporate Omega into it, you can also consider blue Imperial with Omega. Right, and also not to mention, green generally has very fast evolution capability, so that will really get you into your Imperials really quick. So with that being considered, this card and how cheap and how fast green can digivolve, I believe that for an Imperial Drummond, he works better in a green deck as a whole. Okay, right. So next we move on to Sylphimon. Okay. So Sylphimon herself, her skill is basically her skill. Yeah. It's basically when you digivolve into him. You choose one level 4 and change his original DP into 1k. Right, this card is also considered yellow. And for Sylphimon, I believe he's better off played in a yellow deck. Why? Because that being said, because if we look at the red cards as far as power down or any power related thing is concerned, you only have these 2 units. So you have Gromon and Mega Gromon. So which both also, for Gromon, as you can see, his ESS is basically when he attacks, choose one with 2k or less power and destroy it immediately. Whereas for Mega Gargomon, upon Digivolution, choose one and go 3k. So, but I feel that Sylphimon is better on in a yellow power down deck. So you would utilize new cards, the new cards such as this, the new Salamon, the new Gatomon, then you can use the TD, the starter deck, Magna Ninjamon from the starter deck, and also you can utilize Kentaurusmon, because this sort of am able to use within in conjunction to Sylphimon's effect. So what happens is Sylphimon is too dependent. If you're going to use Sylphimon red, he's too dependent on having Gromon, and then you go into Sylphimon reduce 1/4k, attacks, activate his Gromon skill, and destroys a Digimon. You're too dependent on that. Whereas if you are into yellow, like I showed that few cards earlier, you can potentially, in your evolution source, you could have a Plotmon, or Gatomon, which also does the same thing, just minus 1k. So you have 2 choices, rather than in red, you only have 1 choice. for you to utilize the other effect, another way is that you need to evolve into Sylphimon, reduce, and then evolve, find another unit and evolve into Megalormon just to destroy it. So with that being said, Red Sylphimon, in my opinion, uses more resources as compared to Yellow Sylphimon. And of course, we have a deck build on Yellow Sylphimon in our channel called Bye Bye Omega. Its main aim is to take down something as big as Omega. You can check it out. So in that video, we'll explain on how the combo goes, how we're going to take down Omega with Sylphimon. And that is why from that video, you understand better why I would believe that Sylphimon works better in yellow as compared to red. Right, so next we go on to Shakomon. Okay, Shakomon's skill is basically during your turn, or forever actually, anything without an evolution source loses 1 security. So it benefits from Digimon on your opponent field that does not have evolution source. So with that being said, the main aim of your deck should be on destroying or getting rid of your opponent's evolution source as far as possible. So with that being said, the only color capable of utilizing Shakomon's effect to its maximum potential would be blasting, evolution blasting blue. Yellow is totally unable to do that. So that's why Shakomon, I won't go too much into detail with him because his effect is very straightforward. He is literally a blue deck card, although he's yellow, right? So in that deck you can utilize stuff like this Gomamon, you can utilize the Garurumon from the starter deck. Your finishers could be Vigmon, and then on top of that you can include Desperado Blaster. So these are the few things, the new Angemon, these are the few things you can incorporate into a blue Shakomon deck, which focus on blasting out all the evolution source. And on top of that, when you have Shakomon and you blast out everything, your opponent has no choice but to evolve if they want to deal any sort of damage to you. So while you can do that, delay or force them to digivolve, you can take that time and go straight into your Vite, which benefits from having your opponent having no evolution source. And of course, in this deck, we incorporated Metal Seadramon, which also benefits from having your opponent having no evolution source. But of course, given the current meta, I would say, we would generally evolve into him rather than hard casting into him. When you hard cast, you're giving your opponent too much cost to evolve and to bypass Shakomon's effect. Next, we have the infamous Ragnalordmon. So Ragnalordmon, in my opinion, he works better in red as compared to black. So that is because of the evolution source that Ludomon's line give, and the evolution, basically it's the evolution lines in ESS ability, which is what makes red Ragnalord, in my opinion, far superior as compared to black Ragnalord. Because for the black line, it's basically when you are level 7 attacks, you digivolve 1. Whereas for the red line is when you have a level 7, it gains 1 additional security check. So put it in a very simplistic way, the black one, although he does digivolve, the opponent can still generally attack you. So even if you go with a full black, you need, well, theoretically speaking, you need at least 6 attacks. 6 attacks to defeat your opponent, assuming you have no other attacks and Ragnalord is your only Digimon on the field. Whereas if you incorporate the red line, the red color line, you get additional security check. If you get to pump, let's say you have the level 4, the level 5s, and Ragnalord, he himself gain an additional security check. So that's 3 security check already. So 3, you hit 3 times, that's it, bye-bye for the opponent. Whereas if you go for the black sides, Ragnalord gets 1 security check on his own, so it's 2 plus 2, then you need to hit 1 more, and then 1 more for the final hit. That's 4 attacks. That's additional 1 attack if you use the black line. So that is why, if you're going for a fast game or you just want to end it quick, swift and fast, Ragnalord Red is generally better than Ragnalord Black. This is why I believe Ragnalord is more successful in a red deck as compared to in a black deck because of the evolution skill that the level 4 and level 5 gives. Although you can say black gives a blocker at level 6, but red gives piercing. The red level 6 line immediately gives him gives him piercing, and then that's it. It doesn't matter if you have a blocker, you have a resting, whatever. Red Ragnalord will just hit the shit out of your security. Right, next, last but not least, we have Mastermon. So Mastermon, generally people would say Mastermon yellow to combo with Tinkerbell and Peter Pan. Well, for that, I agree. In terms of swarming, these two have a very strong capability. However, I would like to try something different, and so at the moment I'm actually testing Mastermon Purple, which utilizes promos such as this Digimon, which basically you can call him out using Mastermon skill, and upon place he destroys a level 3 Digimon immediately. So he's sort of like a destruction. I'm trying to incorporate this, so instead of with Mastermon, in conjunction with Mastermon, I also use Ragnalordmon, the purple one, and then we're currently in the midst of testing. Do look out, we will have a future video featuring this deck against some other color. Perhaps you could help suggest which color you want to see this Mastermon Purple go up against. But yeah, if you're going for swarming build, Mastermon Yellow would be great with these two cards. But we like to try something different. I like to try something different, and we'll go for a Mastermon Purple, and hopefully we'll come up with a new video soon showcasing how Mastermon Purple can work. So I hope you learn something out of this video, or if there's anything you feel like I did not touch or you would like to see in future videos, do let us know. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Bye, I'll see you next time. Oh, and here, Slowpoke says goodbye. Bye!